Chapter 13, The Wooden Cavalry. Our journey goes to Fort Menedy, so we can deal with some wood. The Altean heroes hurried to Altea, but they would not go unchallenged. Waiting for them at Fort Menedy were Grust's artillery regiment, the dreaded Wooden Cavalry. Missiles crashed down, racking the earth as the enemy ballista rumbled forward. Had Marth and the League any hope of triumphing over such firepower? Hail friends, and welcome back to Let's Replay Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon. Would you believe this is my third time recording this chapter? Once again, I feel like I did a... Well, I don't think I remember clearing the chapter the first time I did it, but I did the second, but I didn't like my commentary. So I'm just doing this again, because while it was mostly sound, I didn't get through all the things I wanted to talk about in this. I really wanted to show off, and I feel a little bad about that. I'm also going to drop some characters that I brought last time. Oh, I was going to reclass Wolf into General, because I want dudes with defense on this map, and you'll see why. And you'll see why that is the case too. I do believe that I want to bring along Boa, because I think he has conversations involving one of the characters recruit in this map, and I bring in Medea because she recruits that character. I gotta give her a bow though. And making her a sniper for fun, just for funsies, of course. Not really for any ha-has involved. She makes a decent sniper. So here's Horus. We got him in the last map from 12X. He's a general, as you can see, and well, he's okay. He's got this grocery here. 60 HP, 15 strength, 0 magic, 35 skill, 10 speed, 15 luck, 35 defense, 0 res. He is supported by Marth. Yeah, his girls aren't great. Like, not very good at all. His bases only really serve him like decently as a general for like this mode and maybe hard 1. And like your only other out with him is that you use it for like a glass cannon for like in other builds for like a map or two, and that's probably it until you get the character in this map, and I feel like they would probably do the whole glass cannon-y bit better than he does. Shame too. I kind of like Horus. I wish he had gotten some more leverage out of him, and he does, and he does get some more in the sequel. But that's the sequel where everything is power crept. Let's see. So in this map, true to the name, the Wooden Cavalry is a bunch of ballista, a lot of ballista. This map is fundamentally, like, entirely different in the original Fire Emblem, because back then ballisticians functioned like more like power archers rather than the long-range variants that we know them today. And approaching them was just a matter of oh god, I hope I don't get creamed on 2 range. But now they all have a 3 to 10 range. The approach is vastly different and a lot more of simplified. And mainly for maps involving Fire Emblem doesn't really particularly do a lot of maps involving a lot of focusing on ballista a lot. The only other time they do is Thracia, and Thracia they always suck due to how barbarous they are. I would imagine that dealing with ballista is a similar affair in higher difficulties than this. I wouldn't know. I never really played past normal. Never really had much of an option to. Anyway, so as you can see, some of them move, most of them do not. They're just here to harass you. These 2 up here, and there's one down here. They all have arrow spades, so watch your flyers. You'd probably be best to not bring your flyers in all honesty. While watch the other guys with their stone hoist flams, and what have you. There's a thief here that'll go after this house over here, which has a character. Let's make sure to stop that. And here's the other character, Astrum, that Medea recruits. Forecast calls for elephants today. The boss, Brigus, is firing pachyderms at you. Pachyderm is the most powerful ballista bolt in the game, with 18 might, 70 hit, and it's fairly devastating. It'll be quite a while before you get your hands on one of those, so watch for any loud noises involving trunks and stuff. It's not particularly a good fare, I gotta say. Yeah, one of each here should be fine. Since Frey has enough defense to tank things, so does Wolf and Horus. I feel like they should be fine. Before I forget, because I forgot about this last time, and when I found out during the recording the second time, I was like, oh fuck, seriously? You with the boots. Go, my son. And there's a bouillon I need to sell, so I'm gonna do that now. I'll put it on Lynn's inventory. Large bouillon. Let's get on that. I'll worry about forging next time. Where's Lynn's? Here we go. Give me that scratch. Cool. Hopefully I don't forget this time. Yeah, see, I did the recording. I was gonna save over here. I was gonna do that anyway. Exol! Yeah, a little bit. It's a danger of the protagonist. I love this mark. Please, Nina, don't worry about my shoulders. I can handle the weight, you know. He'd come in there and walk through the last promise. This is the second act! Thank God for Shadow Dragon, they actually had the nerve to bother putting different act themes, putting different themes for the different acts in the game. So we get this particular track instead of having to listen to the main map theme from the rest of the game, unlike FE1, so kudos, and these map themes are really good. I particularly enjoy this one. Although I think I'm actually kind of thinking about which one of these I enjoy more between this one and the one that plays in Act 3. I think I like them about the same though. Yeah, thanks to those boots now that they can go in pretty much right away. I shouldn't be too worried about healing in this map too much. As long as my high defense dudes are okay, I should just be able to hear them up with Maria. I'm always on this map, so if I need to pull double duty, I can do that. Gotta mind the dudes that move too, because they can hit your squishier dudes just as well. That you can. This can also be one of those maps where you just don't field everyone because, well, why should you? Why should you field your lessers? I'm gonna walk right into Astrum's range here. So let's talk shop, huh? I'll take care of the hoist flam since it has more accuracy. It drops so I can give it to Jake. Since the last recording, since a lot of the last recording, I believe the last recording, well, the last recording that was uploaded to YouTube, which was like, what, a couple weeks ago? No. I finished Valkyria Chronicles 4, and boy howdy, What a game that is. VC4 is... Mwah, I absolutely adore it. I genuinely think it is the best one in the series. Aw. Jaco Frem, that was a nice... I adore it. The VC4 is utterly fantastic. Really, really good game. Gameplay is rock solid. Although there were some additions that I wish they had added from VC3 that I enjoyed, like in VC4 you have access to the for example, you have access to something called Direct Command, which was a thing that was a unique ability of Kurt, the main character, one of the main characters of VC3. This has become a special ability that all characters, that all CP unit characters can do in VC4. They basically you can take up to 2 units and have them follow behind you as you move on the map in during your turn. Very useful for helping slow classes get into the fray faster. It was only like mildly useful as an ability in VC3, and it fell off, and quickly fell off in relevance as VC3 went on, because that game is really difficult. But in VC4 it was pretty much always useful. But they had more abilities like that in VC3, and unfortunately that was the only one of its kind in VC4, and it was kind of a bummer. But its prolonged use was very nice, and I enjoyed that. That was a nice level, better than our usual fare. Hello, lover. Huh? What about that? Yeah, we were looking for you, my dude. She was. Now she's come to return the favor. Oh, it'll do more than just break their fiddles. Astrum has a particular verbal quirk that I quite like. I love Medea's line there. She's like, I ain't letting you go again, hubby. He loves it. So here's Astrum. Astrum's cool. I like him. He's basically more of like base stat Ogma if he were classed up into a hero, and that's about it. And that's fine. Let's see. 90 HP, 50 strength, 0 magic, 40 skill, 20 speed, 50 luck, 10 defense, no res. He supports and are supported by Medea and Boa. As you can see, he's Glass Cannon. He's got B Sword, D Axe to start with, supposed to like C and E Axe and something. And coming with a free silver and Worm Slayer is always neat. Like that. He's fine. Ogma like perished in the wayside or something. He makes a fine substitute. I missed this particular conversation. Like, I didn't get it at all. And I was like kicking myself because like I was so engrossed in talking about Valkyria Chronicles 4 that I completely skipped over it. Oh. Yeah, so your Astrum setting the record very straight. And there it is, he said it. I clapped when he said it. So before Harkin and Isadora, there was Astrum and Medea, and Astrum is very much a more gung-ho-ish type of fellow than Harkin is. I mean, Harkin's kind of more of a Death Seeker, where Astrum is more of I will prove my liege rights, no matter the cost. Well, Harkin has that too, I guess. I missed this conversation too, but I always seem to forget it because I never use Boa. I don't like Boa. Never forget, I don't like Boa. Da da Da-da-da. Yeah, this is a very hard conversation, though. Yeah, I always skip that conversation, but it's a good one. It's a goodie. This one I don't skip. It's Beck. Beck and Bale. So he tried to do this whole war thing before, and it didn't work out for him. But now it's time. Things have changed. It's let's shock and awe. It's time to oil up. Welcome back. Another ballistician. As you can see, he's mildly differently statted from Jake, but they're basically interchangeable. Let's see here. 60 HP, 25 strength, 0 magic, 30 skill, 40 speed, 35 luck, 25 defense, 0 res. He is supported by Marth. Yeah, as you can see, he has nominally, but marginally different growths from Jake, and you can pretty much use both. You can use either of them interchangeably or both. I've yet to see a run where someone actually uses both. I'm not gonna. I only really like Jake. Beck's cool, but Jake is the legendary and is a lover to be. Like, come on. He's packing Thunderbolts, which is a magic weapon, actually. One of the ballisticians has it here, this one. You see here, this is magic damage and targets res, and it is effective against ballisticians, so it'll do a nice cool 30 damage to any ballista you don't like, and that's handy. So yeah, the thing with ballisticians is that their usefulness is pretty much strictly in, what's it called, like, mostly in the earlier difficulties. Like, it seems like the later ones, they just don't really get much, use, because everything is just, like, it hurts too much. Aerospate goes, because it's more accurate. At least with Stone Hoist, we actually have a reasonable chance to dodge. Yeah, dodging attacks in this game? Surreal, I know, right? I'm just gonna get rid of these nobody knobbers. Right, back to VC4. So really enjoyed the gameplay. Wish they did a little bit more with it, but on the whole, I do think it is the best in the series. I think the story is. I didn't get a chance to talk about the story. I think the story was also very good. Also among the best in the series, as far as what to do regarding it. With only like a couple of scruples here and there as the plot goes threaded along. But on the whole, I thought it was very, very enjoyable and very dark too. Like, it was definitely the darkest entry, along one of the more darker entries in the series. Like, it was a VC3 levels of bleak at times. It was quite refreshing. I gotta say. Dang, well, at least they didn't go for double team Merrick. That would have been awful. Time to well, I'm gonna just do with Mirth. Give him a little bit of the Mirth. And then get Jake in there, starting throwing out some Thunderbolts. Cheers for that, Rider's Bane. Cast-wise, I also thought VC4 was really good. On par with Squad 7, like in terms of overall enjoyment of the main characters. Like I liked a lot of the characters. Took me a while to really get into the groove of Claude, the main character of VC4, since he lacked a certain je ne sais quoi about him that all the others had about them. Well, that all the other protagonists had about them that they put to the fore. Claude didn't have that, and it took me quite a bit of time to really appreciate him as a character, but I eventually did. Like around the third act, that he really started to come into his own by then. This one, it's full health. Like Welkin is weird. Like Welkin is a weird, goofy guy, but he knows his stuff. But he knows his stuff about nature, and he knows his stuff about battle tactics, even if they aren't always the most sound strategies to get the job done. Avon is a moron, but he really does have this sort of natural charisma that attracts people to him, and he's just an overall charming, likable guy, despite all of his faults. And Kurt's a genius. So, not really self-role. He's also a very nice guy, but he's also constantly being upstaged by other people, and he's so eager to prove them wrong. That I am a true master. Watch my craft. Get out of my way, or you will feel the burn. Whereas Claude is he's just some guy who has a bunch of friends in the military now, and he likes listening to the wind. And that's pretty much his entire character for a long portion of the game. He's a good guy, he didn't have really anything to stand out. Again, until the last act where he finally started to put that moxie to use. And put it to use, he did. A lot of the maps in general were very, very, very good. I found a lot of twists and turns and a lot of gimmicks that were reminiscent of what they did with VC1. I mean, not surprised there, considering how much the game apes from VC1, but yeah, a lot of really interesting map design ideas and some really, really dickish things they do with the boss characters. Villains in the game were very good, too, for the most part. Well, like, one particular pair is, like, really, really strong. Valse, the tank commander of the Imperial forces that you fight along the game, he's a super suave guy. Incredibly chill. I'm about to lose Medea. Oh yeah, she's toast. She's not toast. He's super suave. Total lady killer. And he ends up trying to put the moves on the Valkyria that you see in the game, the enemy Valkyria, Chromaria, who is a significant improvement over Selvaria in terms of being an actual character. I actually had to rewatch BC1's story for a little bit. Like I did that like what, 2 weeks ago or something? Like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, something like that. Just to remind myself of how the story ends. Selvaria held up better than I thought, but Chromaria blows her out of the water. Like, she's such a fascinating character, and one I genuinely felt sorry for by the time the game was wrapping up. They were very, very... her and Valse were very endearing people. Enjoyed them a lot. I just try to make sure I stay out of the way of the double-upping of the... Well, I think I probably shouldn't have to worry about Frey too much. He's enough defense, I think. I'm gonna back off Medea. She keeps getting plucked. And Lynn needs to work on her staff regs, so hop to her, girl. Good egg. Let's see. Some lore in these houses, and I would like to go fish for that lore, so if you don't mind me, I'm gonna go fish for some lore. Norn has some defense, she could probably do it. She could probably get in there and be a little ham. Ooh. Well, I mean, this is fine, but then the mag is just gonna heal that up. As far as the squad E goes, their main the player characters that you use in the game, I also thought they were very good. Like in general, I thought they were really enjoyable. Helps with the whole squad story thing, which are VC4's equivalent to character missions, which you use a character a whole bunch, and you get to unlock a little side map that involves the side characters doing some cool shenanigans, 3 at a time in this one. So it helps cut down on bloat, and you get to know more, see them do more stuff together. It's pretty neat. Really nice how they did the squad stories in this game. I had a lot of fun unlocking them and going through the characters and getting their potentials. It was a good time. Back up Optima. He's squishy for this too. And the elephant guy, Grigus, doesn't play around. You gotta watch out for that damage, man. Let's see. Damn, I don't like the hair rate. I gotta see if I can get some dudes closer to Jake's that yeah, Minerva and well, Maria and Lind can help him out, so I should just get them a little closer, I think. Wonder if that does anything. No. You know what? Let's meme. Nice. Good, Jake. Gragas is reciting his death quote from well, he's reciting the ending dialogue to this chapter in Vanilla FE1. So we have an actual character end for this. That was a much better level up, Jake. I will try to recall the dudes I used in the playthrough. I used like a good handful and rotated in and out for the most part. But off the top of my head, the dudes I used the most from Squaddy were Teresa. I made her my CP unit because you can do that again in this game. Make one of your regulars a CP unit. Use them long enough. Teresa is probably my favorite non-main character in VC4. With Nage falling just right behind her, though I had to stop using her for the main game after a certain point because her stage fright potential was really cutting into her offensive potential, and it was starting to cost me mission clears, and I didn't like that. Who else? I use Shock Troopers. I use Stanley, Fleuret, Ferrier. Lancers I use Laurent and Brittany. Engineers I use, well, I kind of use all of them because they don't give you that many engineers until post game. Snipers I use Nage, and eventually Mabel when I stopped using Nage, because I used Nage for as my anti-tank sniper. Apparently, evidently a very bad idea with stage fright, but hey, you learn to roll the punches. But I eventually resaddled her, retooled her to be my post-game sniper for long-range shenanigans. It works for her. And the Grenadiers. The Grenadiers is such a good class. I love the Grenadiers. One of those. They were one of those classes that I thought, well, they're never gonna be able to replace the sheer power of armor tech and fencers. Yeah, no, I changed my mind. Grenadiers are so cool. the ability of the idea of having a long-range mortar fire class that's super glass cannony and hella annoying to fight with when you're dealing with the enemy versions is very, very interesting, and I like it a lot. Truthfully, I don't think I need weapons. I could get a steel sword, I guess, but that's it. And for grenadiers, I used Connor, Aoife, and that's it. Yeah, the other characters I used were mostly from after I played the Squad 7 DLC, after I got recruited all of Squad 7, because once you clear their DLC, they join you as regular characters. And I used pretty much all of them to some varying capacity, though I ended up using Welkin and Alicia the most. What can I say? The lover duo Squad 7 is the most powerful ever. And that's that. Yeah, that was a lot better than last time. I got through more of what I want to talk about now. So this particular conversation, this bit that Marth mentions this girl, the girl we just talked to, and that Mathis talked to. He mentions her regardless of if you visit her house or not. But I particularly like this conversation. It's showing that Marth is running through a gamut of emotions, but he still has hate for what Gruss did to his family and his honor and shit, and he doesn't like it. He does not like it, and it serves to make him. It serves to help make Marth more palatable as a three-dimensional character, as opposed to the paragon of saintly virtue that the later games tried to make him. Although it really only really applies to FE12. Later games, I feel like they do a nice balance between this, the more cynical Marth, and the more ideal Marth that he's usually do. I like Warrior's interpretation. Speaking of Warriors, that particular conversation reminds me of Minerva and Lynn's A+ support. The two were a little distant from each other because of what Mastodon has been doing, siding with Dolar, and Lynn's deal with Dolar having with Garneth and her pops, and she feels kind of apprehensive to be around Minerva, and it's just it's a very interesting read. I definitely harkened back to this particular ending conversation when I read that support. I enjoyed that a lot. Anyway, that's chapter 13 done, over and done with, again, for really this time. If you guys have anything you'd like me to comment about, feel free to say so in the comments, and I'll try to bring it up in the next point if I can for the next video, because I really would like to have more stuff to talk about. Or I'm just trying to do this whole engaging with the crew thing, because I don't really do that a whole lot with my channel, and I feel like I should a little bit, I guess. Especially for stuff like this. This is a very sleep-through playthrough, and I'm fine with that. Having things to talk about would be nice. That's that. Until next time, guys, I'll catch you on the flip. Take it easy.